All right, so it's been a little bit. We had a massive pipe break in the roof, the one that's capped right there, our ceiling. We had a wall here where our refrigerator was here, our stove was there, microwave was there. When the pipe broke, all it did is pour through the microwave onto the stove. Pretty much immediately destroying those because they were still hooked to power. The refrigerator is still usable. It flickers. We have it there. But just give you an idea of what happened and why it became so bad where all this has come down and where we're at now and why I haven't been making videos. So pretty much it happened. We couldn't get the valve to shut off for almost 2 hours after I found out that it was leaking. We got it finally shut off within minutes of the actual plumbing company showing up to shut it off. So, but we call the insurance. The insurance is like, oh, don't worry about it, you're fully covered. You have alternate living expenses, and you have like a $250,000 property damage coverage. So we're like, okay, we're set. They're like, oh, we're gonna set you up in a hotel room, which they did. 3 hotel rooms because there was 7 of us that live in the house because it's 5 kids, 2 adults. And well, let's just say after a week and a half, the cleanup crew, they sucked up the water the first day but left a lot of water on the back porch and in the rooms, which this was the girls' room. And everything got destroyed, but not because of the water damage, but because the company that was supposed to do the water cleanup refused to poke holes in the drywall at the beginning. They refused to poke holes and where the actual water was sitting so the water could be evaporated. They also left for like 3-4 days and then it come back and their machines kept blowing the breakers. We know that because every time I would show back up, the house would be without power. I'd have to turn on the power again, and the next day when I'd show up, the power would be off. So we know they weren't showing up and that it was blowing all the breakers. But after a week and a half, we find out from the adjuster that we're not fully covered. We have a $30,000 cap. So we immediately get out of the hotel room because with 3 bedrooms, that's like $1,000 a day. We were there for like 9 days, so roughly $9,000. Then we find out this company sits there and charges $30 a day for fans, and they brought 29 of them here. About $100 a day for dehumidifiers, and they had 8 of them. And to show you how ridiculous it was, my kitchen was a 10 by 10. There was a cabinet that went here and the wall that went there. They had 5 in here, caddy corners stacked on top of each other. Not dehumidifiers, just fans. Purely just to charge more. And they never came and emptied stuff. It was once we started complaining and saying y'all haven't done nothing, we're pretty much going to stop using y'all, is when they sent people in to start poking holes in the wall. But by then we had mold all over this, we had mold all over the clothes, and our $30,000 from our insurance is already passed because this company, the Serb Pro is the name of them, our bill from them is $17,000. So pretty much we lost out. We're gonna have to pay out of our pocket for the whole entire cleanup and rebuild. Not even thinking about the fact that we lost every furniture because it all grew mold. All my kids lost, not all of them, let me correct that. 2 of my kids' rooms didn't even get touched. I mean, you'll see in the videos coming up that the house was flooded. But what we were able to salvage clothes-wise from some of the girls are there. But pretty much their beds all grew mold. Within that week and a half we were staying at the hotel when the cleanup crew was supposed to be cleaning, which they didn't do anything because they were out on holiday leave. Which we wouldn't even hire them if we knew they weren't even going to be here for 3 to 4 days after we hired them. But pretty much everything, replacing all the clothes, all the bed sets, dressers, all the furniture, all the walls, insulation, everything's got to come out of our pocket. Well, my pocket. So that's the main reason why I haven't done a video. I've been really stressed out about this, but I am going to, I do have a GoFundMe. If anybody wants to help, it's in the description. So, but yeah, at this point we had some money saved up because we were already thinking about doing a kitchen. The GoFundMe is pretty much to replace bed sets, clothing, and stuff like that. Even this stuff out here is destroyed. All the couches and everything, because they all have mold on it. I have it shut off because I don't have the time to go out there and rip that up, because I have to get this done so my kids could function. But let me see who that is. I'll bring y'all back. All right, I'm back. That was someone asking if they could have the furniture that's piled up by the road. Once I showed them the mold, they changed their mind. But everything's pretty much done. If I would have known that we had a $30,000 cap and that this cleanup crew was literally going to do nothing, but we were still going to get charged so much purely because they slammed our house full of their equipment, we wouldn't have used them. We would have just done it ourselves. Shit, we would have had the whole house emptied and everything dried within 3 days. So it sucks. I still got to tear all this down because that's where all of this flooded. There was water pouring out of here. Any of the insulation that got wet ain't gonna work right. And anybody that knows insulation, one of those bags costs roughly 120 to 150, give or take which brand you're gonna use. So expensive. This is gonna be really, really, really expensive, and I ain't gonna lie, it's really overwhelming. So that's, yeah. But if y'all are willing to help, you know, like I said, GoFundMe is in the description. And if y'all can't help financially, if you could share that, send it to people, put it on your YouTube if you have one. I'd really appreciate it. Anything helps. Thank y'all. Catch y'all later. Bye bye. All right, so as y'all can see, this is the back porch. All their chargers are inside water for their bikes. The stereo is going to be destroyed. I don't know about the couches. Look at that. I had to shut off everything. Ooh, what do we got here? I'm thirsty Del Billy in there. That's might as well enjoy it while it's cold because the power ain't coming back on anytime soon. I know that one was sparking, so it may have fried her bike too. What really sucks is we just replaced the dressers in the rooms. So something, well, we know all this has had, you can see the water in it, but it was just pouring down. All of this is soft. This is crazy. Well, even at the antique cabinet. Oh man. All let y'all see this? All that's fucking, sorry for my language, but that's all wet and moist. That means it made it all the way to this wall. You can see the staining around the roof. How the heck? But antique tables destroyed. I call it antique. Old as hell table. Oh, where'd I put my drink? Oh man. And it was just pouring down this all like, look at it. The first thing I did when I noticed that it was flooding and water was just pouring out of the attic, I shut the power off. We were shoes off before you come inside. Raina, Jesse, your room did not get affected.
Yay! He literally just said take off my shoes.
Jacob's shoes are already wet.
Nope.
Raina, our Bella and Terry, your rooms are completely destroyed.
What about mine?
Your room's half and half.
Is there no power?
I had to shut the power off. The whole house was flooded, Jesse.
Can I see my room? Oh!
They could just rip up the carpets. So there is water. Yeah.
Oh dear.
I don't know how, but it's in the bathroom.
It is?
Yep.
Oh yeah, we don't have one.
Checking the closet. Your closet, no, but somehow it's in the bathroom. It's like it came down through the walls or something. Which it definitely could have, but let me go ahead and record this. Sorry, I have to turn that off and I gotta cover my face real quick. So everything in here was soaked severely except for like what was in this tote. The water was up to here before we got in here to open the door. So, and I'm covering my face because they put these fans in here, but then it put dehumidifiers. So, and it's been 5 days and the water's still there, still in the carpet. It's up against the wall. You can see where the grout is a darker color. So it's really bad. Okay, I want to document it so we know where it's at. Mold has started growing. I did turn the fans off in this room alone, just because the kids are in here and trying to grab what they can that ain't destroyed, but you got it right here. There. I'm spraying it with Lysol. I don't really know if it's gonna kill it, but I think that's it. Y'all see any more on the walls?
Not that I can see. I see Scrappy's boogers, but
I think that's it. Just gonna walk through the house real quick, just make sure there's no other mold spots if they can. This is day 6 since this happened. So I think 6, 5 or 6. These inner walls all are still moist. I mean, there is. Yeah, all that's still soft. All the 2x4s still look wet. The water poured down all of this stuff. It did re-harden, but there's no way. All right. Whew. So you can see where the water stopped here. So, all right. I think that's it from what we noticed so far. All right, let me turn on all these fans. I had to have y'all hear me while I did this.